Here's something unsettling. The same brain chemical that makes you fall in love, crave sugar, and check your phone every 47 seconds is the chemical that fires 17 seconds before you click buy now. Not after, before. Your brain doesn't reward you for buying things. It rewards you for wanting them, and it has no idea how much is in your bank account. Let me show you what happens inside your brain during a purchase. This is not metaphor. This is measurable, reproducible, and, once you see it, impossible to unsee. Step 1. You feel something unpleasant. Boredom, stress, loneliness, a vague sense that today didn't count. Step 2. Your brain, which hates discomfort more than it loves anything, begins searching for relief. It scans your memory for things that have worked before. And it lands on a target, the thing, the jacket, the gadget, the dinner out. Step 3, and this is the part nobody talks about. Your nucleus accumbens, the brain's anticipation center, releases dopamine. Not when you buy, when you imagine buying. The dopamine spike peaks roughly 0.3 seconds after you picture yourself owning the thing. That's before you've opened the app, before you've entered your card, before you've done anything you could call a decision. You are not shopping. You are self-medicating. The purchase is just the needle. Here's the evolutionary punchline. Your brain's reward system was built for a world of scarcity. For 200,000 years, if you saw something desirable, ripe fruit, fresh water, a warm shelter, the correct move was to pursue it immediately. Delay meant death. Your dopamine system evolved to scream, "Get it now!" Because in 99.9% of human history, there was no tomorrow. Then we invented credit cards. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a berry that will rot by sunset and a pair of sneakers that will be on sale for the next 6 months. The urgency signal is the same. The chemical is the same. And the part of your brain that knows your rent is due next week, the prefrontal cortex, is simply slower, quieter, and more expensive to run than the dopamine circuit. Dopamine is a sprinter. Rational thought is a marathoner. In a race, the sprinter wins every single time. Now let's add cortisol. When you're stressed, deadline pressure, relationship tension, that low-grade anxiety that hums in the background of modern life, your body releases cortisol. Cortisol makes your brain feel under threat, and a threatened brain seeks immediate relief. What's the fastest relief your brain knows about? You just learned it. Anticipation. Dopamine. The promise of something good. So the loop works like this. Stress to cortisol to discomfort to brain seeks dopamine to, you browse to, you anticipate to, dopamine fires to relief, temporarily to guilt, to cortisol, to repeat. This is why people who are deepest in debt often spend the most. It's not a morality problem, it's a biochemistry problem. The pain of debt creates cortisol. Cortisol demands dopamine. The fastest dopamine available is buying something. So the person least able to afford a purchase is chemically the most motivated to make one. If that sounds cruel, it is. Your brain was not designed for your well-being. It was designed for your survival. And in 2026, those are often not the same thing. There's one more chemical player, and it might be the most dangerous of all. Your brain's own endogenous opioids. When you finally decide, I'll fix my finances next month. When you close the banking app, put down the spreadsheet, and tell yourself you'll deal with it later, your brain releases a tiny wave of endogenous opioids, natural painkillers. You literally get a chemical reward for avoiding financial reality. This is why you can genuinely intend to budget, genuinely plan to budget, and then genuinely not budget, for years. Your brain has a built-in reward system for procrastination. The pain of looking at your finances triggers an avoidance response. The avoidance triggers relief. The relief feels like solving the problem. But you haven't solved anything. You've just drugged yourself. So, what do you do with a brain that rewards wanting over having, treats stress like a shopping trigger, and pays you in painkillers for avoiding your bank balance? 4 things. None of them are apps. 1. The 10-minute rule. When you feel the urge to buy something you didn't plan to buy, set a timer for 10 minutes. Not because the urge will pass, sometimes it will, sometimes it won't, but because you're forcing your prefrontal cortex into the race. 10 minutes is enough for the slower, smarter part of your brain to ask, wait, why do I actually want this? That question alone, why do I want this, interrupts the dopamine anticipation loop. You can't answer it and stay in the trance at the same time. 2. Replace the dopamine source. Your brain doesn't care where the anticipation hit comes from. It just wants the chemical. So give it a cheaper source. A 10-minute walk. A phone call with someone who makes you laugh. A single level of a video game. A cold drink and 2 minutes of staring out a window. The goal isn't to stop wanting relief. It's to stop paying for it. 3. Look at your balance when you're calm. Not when you're stressed. Not when you're avoiding. Pick a moment when you feel fine. A Tuesday afternoon, a lazy Sunday, and open your banking app for 30 seconds. Don't analyze, don't budget, just look. You're training your amygdala that financial information is not a threat. The chemical payoff for avoidance only works if looking at the numbers genuinely hurts. 4. Name the feeling before the purchase. When you're about to buy something, ask, "What am I feeling right now?" Write down one word. Stressed, bored, lonely, inadequate. The act of labeling an emotion reduces its intensity. Neuroscientists call this affect labeling, and it literally dims the amygdala's threat response. You can't outthink a feeling, but you can name it. And naming it is often enough to stop it from naming the price. David, the man who spent $4,700 on things he can't remember, tried the 10-minute rule for 1 month. He still bought things, but he spent $1,200 less than the month before. Not because he developed superhuman willpower, because he gave his prefrontal cortex a 10-second head start. Your brain was designed to keep you alive in a world of scarcity. That design is now being exploited by every app, every ad, and every checkout button you've ever encountered. But you're not broken. You're just running old software on new hardware. Here's my question for you. What emotion do you feel right before you spend money you didn't plan to spend? Give me one word. I don't have a limbic system, so I can't answer this one. That's your homework. Drop your word in the comments. I read every single one.
I'm Nova, and this is Mind Over Money. If understanding the why behind your money habits is the kind of thing that actually helps you change them, subscribe. There's a new breakdown every week. Not lectures, just patterns. And what to do about them. One honest note before you go. Everything here is about how brains handle money in general. It's education, not personalized financial advice. I don't know your numbers, your debt, or your situation, so use these patterns as a lens, not a prescription. For decisions that actually move your money, talk to a licensed professional who can look at your specific picture. That's not me covering myself. That's the anti-guru position. Anyone who gives you a one-size answer without knowing your life is selling something. I'm just here to show you the machinery.